Welcome back. This video will cover how to reconcile your accounts. Now, there is a description and step-by-step instructions in the digital training manual that I do recommend that you read, but I also wanted to show you how to do some of the things in the spreadsheet that I was talking about in the digital training manual that might be easier to see rather than read about. Okay, so one of the things you want to do before you reconcile is you want to print or have handy a copy of your statement. So it could be your checking account statement, your credit card statement, your PayPal statement, Venmo statements, any of those things where you have a list of transactions, a complete list of transactions for that account. And then you're going to come into your bookkeeping system, and we are going to filter so that we are only seeing transactions from that certain account. So again, to filter, we come up to data and go to filter views, and then click on the filter called first 50K filter. And we'll get these three lines next to account, and we're going to click on them. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to clear. And then we're going to reconcile our Visa card. And so we're going to put a check mark next to Visa or whichever account you want to filter on. Now you can see I only have transactions on my screen that are my Visa account. So this is going to make it super simple for me to go to my paper statement and look one by one and say, do I have, I'm going to look at my statement, and it's going to have this Calendly transaction on there. And I'm going to say, yes, I have it. And I'm going to mark it reconciled. So you want to put a check mark on the paper and a check mark in your system. That way, you know that you have cross-checked them. So you'll continue to do that for all of the transactions on your statement, on your paper statement. Now, if you get to the end and you are realizing that you never clicked this one off, or maybe there's another one you didn't click off, then you can go and look and say, okay, was this a mistake? Did I enter it under the wrong account? Did I enter it under the wrong date? Is it the wrong amount? Is there one on my paper that I didn't check off and I actually entered the wrong amount, and this is the right transaction? I just need to edit the amount. The other thing, especially with credit cards, is you have your ending date. So it's possible that your ending date is not the end of the month on your credit card statement. It could be any day of the month. And so you'll want to really pay attention to beginning and ending statement dates on credit cards. Now, bank statements and PayPal and Venmo, they're always by the month. So those are always on the last day of the month. Okay. The next thing you can do then is you want to keep these check marked. You know that they're good. Now you can filter on another account. So you can, maybe you want to look at your MasterCard, and you see that you only have one transaction for your MasterCard, and maybe that's correct. Maybe it's not correct. Maybe you have accidentally named it MasterCard, but it was your Visa. And so you can edit these lines however they need to be edited so that your system matches your statements. That's the goal. Once that occurs, we know that our financial reports are correct. Okay, so in order to turn off these filters, we want to click back on this green button, come down here and select all again. That will make sure that we see all of our transactions. And then you can say, okay, what am I missing? Which ones haven't been checked? And you can kind of decide, were they errors? Were they under the wrong account? Were they the wrong amount? Were they duplicates? You can also see on your paper statement if you forgot to add one. So you can go in here and add in anything that needs to be added in. And reconciling is how we cross-check our system to our actual accounts to make sure that we are recording everything we need to record and not having any errors, because errors do happen. We're human and we type the wrong number or we type the wrong date. So doing the reconciliation once a month is the recommended practice to make sure that all of your data is accurate. Okay, let's move on.